Building a bridge on dry land is never easy, but building a bridge in the middle of the ocean, that's a whole different level of challenge. Imagine standing at the edge of a roaring sea, staring into the endless waves, and being told to connect two distant points with a safe, solid road. That's the job of ocean bridge engineers, and it's a job that pushes both brains and muscle to their limits. Everything is against you out there. The water is deep, and the ground is unpredictable. The winds howl and the waves crash. Yet with grit, guts, and a lot of clever science, engineers pull off these megastructures. It's not just about pouring concrete and hoping for the best. It takes planning, teamwork, and creativity to tame the sea. Ocean bridges are more than steel and stone. They are proof that humans can conquer even the wildest places. They connect cities, islands, and even entire countries. Every time you drive across one, remember, beneath your wheels lies one of the greatest feats of modern engineering. Let's dive into the wild science behind these megastructures and see how the impossible becomes possible. The ocean is never still. Its surface rises and falls with the tides, and storms can whip up waves taller than houses. Underwater, invisible currents tug at everything, making the seabed shift and change shape. Unlike building on solid ground, engineers must work with a moving, living environment. Depth is a big problem. Some bridges cross waters deeper than skyscrapers are tall. The deeper you go, the harder it is to see, to work, and to build anything that will last. And then there's the seabed itself. Sometimes it's solid rock, but often it's soft mud or shifting sand, ready to swallow anything not anchored well. Access is another headache. On land, you can drive trucks and bring in heavy machines. In the ocean, every tool, every worker, every bolt must come by boat or even helicopter. Storms can stop work for days, even weeks, so timing and planning are everything. These challenges don't just slow things down. They demand smart solutions and constant problem solving. And that's where engineering really shines. The first step to any bridge is a strong foundation. In the ocean, this means reaching down through water, sand, and mud to find solid ground. Engineers use giant steel pipes called piles. These piles are driven deep into the seabed with hydraulic hammers, sometimes going down dozens of meters until they hit bedrock or dense soil. Sometimes the seabed is too soft or too deep for regular piles. That's when drilled shafts come in. Engineers use special machines on floating platforms to drill wide holes into the ocean floor. They fill these holes with steel cages and concrete, creating a sturdy column that stands firm against the waves. Getting these foundations right is everything. If the piles slip or the shafts sink, the whole bridge could tilt or collapse. That's why engineers test the ground with sonar, drills, and even divers before starting. It's dirty, dangerous work, but it's the only way to start a megastructure that can stand tall in the harshest place on Earth. When piles or drilled shafts aren't enough, engineers turn to caissons. A caisson is a huge, hollow box made of steel or concrete. Workers float the caisson out to the bridge site, then slowly sink it by filling it with water or heavy material. The caisson settles into a carefully dug hole on the seabed. Inside, workers pump out the water, creating a dry workspace below sea level. Sometimes they even pump in compressed air to keep the water away, turning the caisson into a giant underwater room. Here, crews can dig, pour concrete, and build up solid foundations, even in deep or unstable ground. Building with caissons is tricky. The box must stay level as it sinks, or it could tip and get stuck. The air pressure inside must be just right, or water will flood in, and every step is watched closely to prevent accidents. Caissons are the ocean bridge's secret weapon. They let engineers build where nothing else will work. Most bridge foundations need a lot of concrete. But how do you pour concrete underwater without it washing away? The answer is the tremie method. Think of a long pipe with a funnel at the top. Workers stick the end of the pipe deep into the spot where the concrete needs to go, then pour concrete in from above. The trick is to keep the bottom of the pipe buried in fresh concrete. That way the new concrete pushes out and replaces the water, instead of mixing with it. The result is a strong, solid base that doesn't crumble or wash away, even in the swirling sea. Concrete for ocean bridges is special. It has chemicals that help it set quickly and fight off saltwater damage. Sometimes engineers use divers to guide the pipe or check the pour, even in murky water. Pouring concrete underwater might sound impossible, but it's just another day's work for an ocean bridge crew. Once the foundation is done, the next step rises above the waves. These are the piers, strong vertical columns that will hold up the bridge deck. Crews assemble steel or concrete forms above the water, then fill them with reinforced concrete. Sometimes sections are built on land and floated out to the site. The higher the piers, the harder the job becomes. Workers must balance on narrow platforms, often hundreds of feet above the waves. Safety lines, cranes, and careful teamwork are essential. Each pier is checked and measured to make sure it stands perfectly straight, even as the wind howls around it. Building piers takes patience. The structure must set and harden before adding more weight. In busy ship channels, work is timed so boats can pass safely, and sometimes whole sections are built at night under floodlights. These towering piers are a bridge's backbone, rising up from the deep to support everything above. With the piers in place, it's time to connect the gap. The bridge deck, the flat surface cars will drive on, is built in sections. Sometimes, these sections are built on land, floated into place, and lifted by cranes. Other times, crews build out from each pier in a careful, balanced dance, adding segment by segment. Long ocean spans can't use just regular beams. That's where cable-stayed systems come in. Imagine tall towers rising above the deck, with strong steel cables fanning out to hold up the road. These cables take the weight off the deck and transfer it safely to the towers and piers below. Cable-stayed bridges can stretch for miles, soaring above shipping lanes and stormy water. The cables themselves are carefully tensioned, checked, and covered to prevent rust from salty air. These designs are not only strong, they're beautiful. They let us cross vast distances with style and safety. Even after the bridge is built, the fight isn't over. Saltwater is a constant enemy. It sneaks into concrete and steel, causing rust and cracks. Engineers use special coatings, replace parts, and run regular checks to keep the bridge strong. Storms are another threat. Massive waves, hurricane winds, and even earthquakes can hit without warning. Ocean bridges are designed to flex and move, not break. Sensors track every shake and sway, so crews can spot problems early. Logistics are always tough. Traffic must flow, ships need passage, and repairs can't wait for calm seas. Sometimes whole teams live on site, working around the clock to keep everything running. The work never really ends. Ocean bridges are alive, always needing care to stand against the sea. Why go through all this trouble? Because ocean bridges change everything. They link islands to the mainland, turn hours of ferry rides into minutes of easy driving, and open new paths for trade. Cities grow, businesses thrive, and families stay connected. These bridges aren't just shortcuts, they're lifelines. In emergencies, they let help reach places cut off by storms or floods. For travelers, they open up new adventures and make the world feel smaller. Every ocean bridge is a promise. It says that nothing, not even the wildest sea, can keep us apart. That's the real magic behind these megastructures. They prove we can build anything, anywhere, if we dare to try.